Hello everyone! Unfortunately, Simon Miller and his triceps of steel can't be here today, so you've got me instead.
Oh, but you're awful!
I'm Ben from WhatCulture, and here are the ups and downs from last night's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Now, as always, this is based on the article of the same name at whatculture.com from Scott Carlson. So go and give it a read, please. Please. First, we go down with Enzo and Cass. We all love Enzo and Cass. One's big and one's little. They're delightful. Last night they used a local sports reference to get over, and as they were in Boston, it was of course a Boston sporting reference. But hang on a minute, Enzo and Cass are from New York, and correct me if I'm wrong, but don't New York and Boston fans have this sort of like rivalry thing? That doesn't make sense, does it? That's shameless. Just shameless, really. And up now, yay for Cruiserweight multi-man matches. They were jumping all over the place with their sick flips and rolls. But WWE can't keep putting on Cruiserweight matches where there's nothing at stake and there's no storylines, because people will tire of them. Although when they have done that, so far it hasn't really worked out for the best, has it? And so now we move on to the Cruiserweight title. What is happening with the Cruiserweight title? The tournament that took place over the summer was amazing and every match was fantastic. Well, some of the matches weren't so fantastic, but a lot of the matches were incredible. Something between the champion and the contender for the Cruiserweight title, though, just isn't clicking. We both know that Kendrick and Perkins are incredible talents. We've seen them do incredible things in that tournament. But it's just not working, really. Their matches are fast and action-packed, but it just feels wrong. There's something missing. It's not hugely incredible as the earlier match was. That's a down. Speaking of which, Perkins, how could you not see that fake injury coming? We could. It was extremely obvious. Kendrick has been spouting off for the last few weeks about how desperate he is. He did a desperate move the other week where he headbutted Perkins after the match. You got played. You got played by a player, holla, lost his title, didn't he? Was made to look like a fool, wasn't he? That's a down. Uptown funk you up, and thank God Gallows and Anderson have finally won a match. Best of all, though, was the commentators actually doing their job to reinforce Gallows and Anderson's position. They acknowledged their incredible past outside of WWE, and they also acknowledged that inside WWE they haven't had the best success, and that they're going to go to any length necessary in order to get that success. That's an up. Another up from that match, and despite losing, Big Cass was made to look like a wrecking machine with elbows and big boots and everything being handed out to everyone at all times. Just free. Help yourself. Big boot to the chops. Go on, I'll have a second scooping. It's quickly becoming clear that WWE management have faith in Big Cass to actually go on and have a successful singles career. So that's great for him. What does that mean for little Enzo? My hand's off the screen. What does that mean for little Enzo? Cass is up here. Little Enzo. What does that mean? Let's make the most of them being together while we still have them. Let's take another trip downtown, shall we? And Dana Brooke is shit. Sorry, Dana. Her match with Bayley was just a weird, clunky affair that wasn't particularly engaging and just shouldn't have been on the pay-per-view. Let's hope that feud is over soon. Down. Roman Reigns, you absolute beast. He put in an amazing effort against the bad and not at all entertaining Rusev. Boy, am I glad Reigns escaped from the accolade twice, once with a chain through his mouth. That was great. WWE just gets me and what I really want. The Boston fans loved it too. Just his booking, isn't it? It's Reigns' booking. It's amazing. And everyone loves it. Down. Downtime, and I've got a fantastic idea. How about we keep this Sheamus and Cesaro feud going even longer? It's great and funny and oh so pretty. And this presumably means that with that DQ win, the New Day can now go on and beat Demolition's record in 6 weeks' time, or thereabouts. And Cesaro and Sheamus can carry on feuding. Hooray! Uptime, and that Universal title match inside the Cell was brutal. Bearing in mind that we've had over 30 Hell in a Cell matches so far in WWE, it's commendable to Rollins and Owens that they were even able to pull anything out that we've not seen before. Power bombs over the top rope into angled tables, and then Owens' cannonball into the side of the Cell. It's Good stuff, guys. Despite the Jericho interference, the two men put on a fantastic match and did an incredible job. Up. Another down, and there were just too many Hell in a Cell matches. 3. These monstrous bouts are meant to be once in a blue moon, where if something's inside it, it means a great deal and there's going to be devastation and brutalizing and all that kind of stuff. And there was. But by the time the poor women in the main event had their go inside the cell, we'd already seen broken tables, bent chairs, and people being thrown into the cell. It just lessened the impact. One final up, and good for Sasha and Charlotte. They smashed the hell out of that glass ceiling. Despite the commentary team constantly reasserting that there were 3 main events, the women went out there and not only put on the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match, but they also were the first women to headline a pay-per-view as well. Good shit, ladies. Final down, and for God's sake, WWE, why did you have Banks lose in her hometown? It wasn't even getting Charlotte the good kind of heat, where it's like, oh, now people hate her even more. No, the fans just left deflated and pissed off, and the fact that the women's title's being handed around all over the place lessens the importance of that championship. Personally, I don't know why any Boston fans would want to spend any more money on WWE shows, especially if their Boston natives are going to be wrestling, and especially if they're going to be treated like old Sasha was. Down. And there we have it. 5 ups and 8 downs. As I mentioned earlier, don't forget to check out the full article on WhatCulture.com from Scott Carlson, and you can even follow me on Twitter if you like, @confused_dude. You can even tweet me asking where Simon is if you like.
No!
Oh my God, no, not again, guys. Jesus.
Oh my God!
WCPW proudly presents True Legacy, featuring a quarterfinal match from the Adam Pacitti Tag Title Tournament. Moss and Slater versus Mustache Mountain. Nixon Yule defends her WCPW Women's Championship against Kimberly in a street fight. The Mexican sensation El Ligero defends his WCPW Internet Championship against the Cruiserweight Pete Dunne.
It's true, it's damn true, believe me.
The local hero Joe Hendry challenges the righteous killer Joseph Connors for his WCPW Championship. And for the first time on British soil, in front of 2,600 WCPW fans, the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle versus the grandson of a plumber, Cody Rhodes. True Legacy Part 1, Saturday, November 5th, 8 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern. Part 2, Saturday, November 12th, 8 p.m., 3 p.m. Eastern. Or watch True Legacy in full and on demand on WhatCulture Extra from November 4th, 8 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern.